All right, everyone. Hello. Happy Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week, the work week, which is pretty exciting stuff. It's beautiful outside. I even left the top off my Jeep in the morning, that's a feat because normally in the mornings it's really cold, but it was perfect weather today. So welcome to the Muscatine Today show. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our sponsors. So happy to have them on board with us for the show. Thank you so much to our 7 Reclaimed, Impact Life Blood Center, our newest sponsor, Lutheran Living, CBI, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City Muscatine, Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and of course Hy-Vee as we take over their Market Grill for the studios every morning. So grateful for them and for you guys. So I wanted to start off the show with a little good humor and fun. Last night was the Muscatine Community Wise fundraiser called the Lip Sync Battle. They've been doing this for several years. It happens down at the Mississippi Brew, and luckily it was nice out and they got to do it outside, and there were a lot of really great performances. I'm sorry I missed out on it, but it was fun to see them going through my news feed after I got done with all of the softball games for the night. It was really fun to see some of these, and I found this performance and thought it was pretty darn good. I wish the video was a little bit longer, but I wanted to share just a sneak peek of, if you didn't make it down to the Brew last night, what you guys missed out on and what you can look forward to at their next annual lip sync battle. So maybe it'll tease you and make you want to go and get in on some of the fun, whether you're going to perform or whether you're going to just sit back and watch and laugh, kind of like I did. So here is the big debut of Lieutenant Greg Bock and Tara Riggan. So I was told that they did not practice, that I talked to Greg last night and he said, I literally walked in, I was just going to watch the performances and kind of, order some food and just be a part of the fundraiser, and Tony called me out immediately. And Tara stepped up to do the performance. So apparently they did not practice. But this is just a short little clip of their performance singing. I believe it was, what was the song? ABC? Yeah, ABC. So he put him on the spot, chose a great song, and they did pretty good. I think they even won an award by the end of the night. So here's just a little clip of that. Stuff. It was too short. Whoever was recording, I needed more of that performance, but I guess a little sneak peek for us all is good. It'll keep us wanting more for next year. But I wanted to recap that. Such a fun event, fun fundraiser for the Muscatine Community Y. I can't wait to see and hear how much they earned at that. So today, you all know, is Wellness Wednesday on the show, and every Wellness Wednesday we talk about something wellness related, have a guest that is wellness related, and today Autumn from Impact Athletic Performance is joining us. So we're going to go ahead and run our Wellness Wednesday promo, and we will be right back with some Wellness Wednesday info for you all.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
All right, so we have Autumn from Impact Athletic Performance with us this morning to talk about nutrition, to talk about one of my weaknesses, which is the sweets and sugars, and it's been really hard for me on my journey. So this is a perfect, I guess, rejuvenation for me, a talk that will do me good. Before the show started, we were talking about my bedtime snacks. Literally, starting as a kid, my mom, we had like a bedtime snack, and it normally was something like yummy, a treat, whether she baked brownies that evening or whatever. I mean,
right,
it was always.
bed too?
I know, it was right before bed, and then I was like a tiny little, like, skinny, like, it's one of those things that you're like, oh my gosh, if only I was as skinny and fit as I was in high school, when I thought I was like so fat and it was just horrible. I would love that. But yes, sugar, sweets, my weak spot for sure.
You are not the only one.
Yes, I'm sure.
I grew up with a major sweet tooth. Even before Scott met me, I worked on a golf course at Riverside. And being a Bev Cart girl, you're going. So I would grab nut rolls or Snickers or Monsters. Yeah.
Yep.
My life has had a total 180 since
those days.
Since those days. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about shocking facts about sugar consumption and hidden sugars. And also at the very end, we're going to talk about some of the healthier options that we have for sweet treats. So, you have a sweet tooth.
Yes.
We talked about this even before. What was it? Sour Patch Kids, wasn't it?
I like Sour Patch Kids. I also have a thing for Hostess donuts, the little mini chocolate ones.
Okay. It's okay.
Bad.
It's all
so
right.
bad.
It's all right.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I mean, we were talking about this when I was pregnant during COVID and going to school. Obviously, I was a little antsy and needed a little getaway, and Scott introduced me to concrete Culvers. So during my third trimester in my pregnancy, it happens. We're all guilty of it.
And as soon as you get it,
oh gosh, it was delicious.
Yeah, as soon as you get, whether it be that concrete mixer or whatever it is, that sugary sweet treat, it leaves you craving more.
You want more of it. Yes.
Yes.
So, fun fact about that, sugar is 8 times more addicting than cocaine.
Yeah.
So, it is purely a trigger point, and also just in your brain, you just want more of it. You are craving it, you desire it. So in that breakdown, when we look at sugar, 4 grams, when we do measurements, 4 grams of it is a teaspoon. So here's one of my fun examples. Good old Coca-Cola here. 20-ounce regular soda typically has about 64 to 65 grams of added sugar.
Yeah.
Now, when we look about what we are recommended to consume by American Heart Association, they actually say that women can consume up to 25 grams of added sugar in a day. And men are allowed 36 grams of added sugar in a day. This is what 65 grams of sugar looks like in Coca-Cola or in Mountain Dew.
Here.
In this bottle right here, this is how much added sugar is in there. Now, 16 teaspoons of sugar this is right here.
Wow.
Now women, they recommend, we can go up to 25 grams. That is, over double the amount, and then half double the amount with men.
Yep.
So that is kind of an eye-opener right there. I know quite a few people that can go almost 2 bottles a day.
Yeah.
So you're multiplying than what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
I suck at math, guys, so let's just get that out in the open. I'm not a math person,
No.
but this is quite the eye-opener.
Yeah.
I've had some athletes that, will go through 2 cans a day. And it's a situation that's hidden that we don't realize.
Yeah. So I told you this was one of my things that I confessed at our first session was my pop addiction. So I do Diet Coke was my addiction. And I literally, during the pandemic and when I was at home and stuff, I was going through, this is embarrassing, but a 2 liter of Coke, Diet Coke a day sometimes.
Oh my.
Literally,
Yes.
it was bad. And I know, like it's artificial sugar. It's a little bit different than this Coke here, but it's still bad, really bad.
The chemical substance.
Yep. And it was like I would just fill it up. I didn't even think about it until one day I was like, oh my gosh, like I am going through a lot. And I am the only one that's drinking this at our house. Like, this is insane.
The empty bottles are just appearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we look at the high sugar, it's kind of the glucose that we need. So there's natural sugars that we need, but these artificial sugars are what is, or not artificial, but added, is what can cause different types of cancer, whether it's breast, liver, or colon. You're looking at obesity as being a strong point of that. I mean, when you go into a gas station, rather than getting a bottle, you see a lot of people go up to the fountains and they get the large size, because that large size is cheaper than grabbing a bottle.
Yeah.
Or the same size and you're getting triple the amount.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just a natural thing that we are seeing more and more. It's just with the obesity, with sugar consumption. That is the primary focus point of that. I've got a lot of good examples, and it was very strange to be able to go down one aisle to really grab all of this. Just kind of an eye-openers. We look at high fructose syrup, we look at molasses, and we also look at fruit concentrates, because those are hidden names for the added sugars. Gotcha. You see fruit concentrate and you think, oh, they are getting natural fruits. Well, no, it's the fruit and also added sugar combined together to get that sweetness boost. So yeah, this is good old 65 grams of sugar from Sir Coca-Cola.
This is like a lot.
So yeah, then you look at 25 grams for female, and it is a third of that amount.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot.
Yeah. Fun little fact. I like to demonstrate that sugar.
Are good.
Now, by the way, this is allulose sweetener that I have at my house, so this is not sugar. I will be putting this back in my container for baking. I will not be losing that. You can find that on Amazon. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
And also, I mean, I do a lot of protein cookies, so I used allulose as my substitute. So, very nice. Fun little random fact about my life.
Fun fact.
All right, so now we have to look at the sense of the nutrition facts and the nutrition labels.
Yep.
So that is where you are going to be looking at not just the sugar itself, but the added sugar. That's where typically people just see, oh, there's, for example, your box that I keep looking at. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about this. So, one of our sponsors, Lutheran Living, sponsors this day in history, National Days, and it happened to be National Fudge Day, and so I told Chris, I'm like, okay, dude, like, we cannot be naughty on Wellness Wednesday again. Like, I swear every time it's Wellness Wednesday, Ben comes over with like a giant waffle with a bunch of really good stuff on it, and like he's just yes. I'm like, Ben is getting me in trouble on Wellness Wednesdays. But so I said, why don't you go over to like the health market or somewhere in the store and find a healthy alternative or like a fake fudge or something like that, so that we can still celebrate our national holiday. But it's interesting because he brought this over. It's fudge brownie mix, no pudge fudge, because nobody wants pudge. But some of the things that it has on it that you immediately notice are the low fat, the good source of protein, which that was the one that I'm like, what? And it says that with this box, all you have to do is add yogurt to make it. And I'm like, this sounds interesting.
Yep.
But if you're not someone who has had the talk with Autumn, a few weeks ago about labels and stuff, or, had that background knowledge on it, you might say, oh, okay, well, yeah, stick it in your cart, you go. But
so then, so you look at this. Love their branding because they put in with the tape measure and this adorable little piggy with the tape measure. Low fat, good source of protein. They do it again on every single side. But then when you're looking at this, so when you look at ingredients on a nutrition fact label, it is by what is the largest portion.
Right.
So in this one, ingredients, sugar. First thing. So I'm gonna go down into sugars. I'm gonna look, okay, so the mix alone is 120 calories, total sugars is 20 grams, included is 20%. Then I'm gonna go down into as prepared, total sugars 21 grams, included 21 grams. But also it really depends on what yogurt are you going to use.
Right.
There's so many different brands that there are some that again have this low fat, good source of protein, but the added sugar is 17, 18 grams. I use Okio's, which is a very low, I think 5 or 6 grams added, not even that. So it really depends then what are you using for your yogurt. So yeah, this is very single serving in a minute. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, yeah, so that's a good example right there.
I mean, they had it spot. It caught his eye, you know, as he was looking for something, and no fudge. I mean, that sounds amazing.
I think he really got it because it matches his shirt.
It does match his shirt today too. Real men wear pink. That's like the thing that they say, right, Chris? Yep. Pink's my favorite color, so.
So yeah, I mean that's a really good example right there. So I like to tell our athletes, I challenge you, take a look in your pantry and really start looking at the labels. What is it? What is that protein macro for fat and carbs as well? Then look at those sugars because that's that hidden sugar. When you look at the ingredient list, it goes in order
the
of...
ingredient list too. One thing is I'm like, if I can't read, excuse me, if I can't read like if I cannot actually pronounce the things on the ingredients list, it's like, what even is this?
No.
Especially those first ones, you know. It's like, oh, probably not a good choice.
No. So we're going to talk about how sugar can be sneaky, and we're going to look at some foods that are very common that have hidden sugar that we just don't even realize it. So I'm going to start off with single-serve oatmeal packets. One of the popular ones you might see around, sorry, Coca-Cola, is the Kodiak cakes. They, right off the bat, different color, 12 grams of protein. So they think, oh, this is going to be great for me. It's awesome, easy grab and go. So when you look at the sugars, your total sugars is 16 grams. Your added sugar is actually 14 grams of added sugar. Now, right off the bat, we just talked about women is 25, men is 36. That's already half or over half of what your added is. And this is just in one container.
For one day, like, so you're basically using your whole day.
Almost. In this little guy right here, you're almost just done. So kind of like Quaker Oats is another one example, and they do about 11 to 15 grams of sugar, and in those, sugar is the second ingredient. For here, I mean, you're looking at wheat flour, oat flour, maple syrup, brown sugar, and palm oil. So then those natural ingredients start to add up with the added sugars, especially with the maple syrups, and also something I can't name. So again,
can't read it.
Can't read it. I'm going to say goodbye. So there's another one right there. Goodbye, sugars. And also, when you look at their oatmeal powder cups, again, 14 grams of protein. Now, this one has a little sweetener in it because it's chocolate chips. And again, 12 grams of total sugar, 12 grams of added sugar. So there's half of what my day is, and that's because of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. So there's always a good one. Good old Pop-Tarts.
Oh, Pop-Tarts.
Sorry, Pop-Tarts. Now, of course, I make the joke, I'm allergic to strawberries, and I grabbed the most common one, which is the frosted strawberries. So when you look at this, you have total sugars 30 grams, added sugar, take a guess.
28 grams.
30 grams.
Oh my goodness.
So
30, the whole 30.
Right away, you have the enriched flour, and then the corn syrup and the high fructose corn syrup. Then sugar and wheat flour. So it is just sugar. And I remember growing up eating these like crazy because they're easy grab and go.
Yep, you're running off to the bus or whatever, and you grab a pack on your way out, or,
And this is for 2 pastries. So if you eat that entire thing, you are getting the 30 grams of added sugar right off the bat.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Thank goodness my parents threw me in sports, or else I would have been a Pop-Tart addict. I don't have this one, but another one, different types of yogurts, Trix yogurt being a good one. For an example, 14 grams of added sugar in that. Even with, the different types of yogurts that we grab, there's still plenty of different added sugars.
Right.
They give you it's low in fat, low on calories, which calories is what we need. That's our energy.
Yep.
So don't think about, low calories, it's only 80. Okay, perfect. No, I want more calories because I need that energy throughout the day. We love
Lucky Charms.
We love our
Frosted
cereal.
Flakes.
I'm going to start with these two. So popular brands. So when we look at this, 1 cup is the serving size, and I think that's for both of them. Yes. So both of them are 12 grams of total sugar. Take a guess on what the added sugar is.
12.
12.
I'm catching on here.
Yep, and right off the bat, if you look at the ingredients, you have milled corn and sugar. What is that one?
What?
Ingredients.
Let's see.
So right here.
Oh, whole grain, oats, sugar, cornstarch.
Yep. So second one right there.
Yep.
Sugar. So unfortunately, we love our branded cereals, but they have that hidden source.
Yep.
Now, when we look at maybe something more for, more for adults, college kids, good old Kellogg. Now, you've seen a lot of changes throughout Special K, especially them trying to do more for health and just being a source for natural flavors. Unfortunately, when you look at 1 cup, you've got, you have 3 grams of protein. That's great. Total sugar is 13.
I bet the 13.
12.
Oh, 12.
12. So
Oh,
here's,
they're doing
if
good.
I do 1 cup of this, here's half my added sugar for the day.
Yeah.
Just in breakfast.
Well, and let's talk about the fact that who does a cup of cereal? Like how many people that we're talking about that are eating these cereals really just have a cup of
You don't know.
Cereal,
They just pour it in the bowl.
Pour it in the bowl.
Do top of the bowl, and there you go. You don't actually take the time to measure it. So you might actually be doing 2 cups,
Right.
and you just don't know it.
Yeah.
Make sure you're using a dry measuring cup, and then you'll be able to know for a fact.
Yes.
So even just with 1 cup, so exactly in that point, that's 42 grams right there. You're doing 12 grams of added sugar just in breakfast.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
I get curious of what you guys would do with that.
So another one, protein bars.
Yeah.
You see the word protein bars and you're thinking, okay, that's exactly what I need. I've got to have this. You see these guys everywhere.
Yes.
Cliff bars. You think, okay, these are exactly what I need. I'm going to have these as my grab and go.
Yep.
You see a lot of people doing outdoor events grab these. Now, unfortunately, Cliff bars are not the best out of the energy bars. So we look at the nutrition fact. You're going to look at the total sugar being 20, and this is the peanut butter and honey with sea salt.
Okay.
This is 21 grams of total sugar, 20 grams of added sugar. So there's your energy, is the sugar.
Yeah.
You look at the ingredients, you have a brown rice syrup, oats, then honey and soy. So you look at theirs and okay, not everything is that bad, and then you're seeing more organic. That doesn't always mean that it's organically good for you.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I think that one was
It's the same. Yep.
20 with 20.
Yep.
21 with
Same.
20. So even the new look feature, they want them to look good. They're sweet and salty.
Yep.
Sweet. You're going to know that's your sugar boost.
Yep.
And this one was the dark chocolate and almond.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't realize them. You see them advertised everywhere. You're thinking, okay, these are a really great source, and unfortunately, they're just not that way.
Yeah.
When you're looking at cold stuff, you're looking at flavored creamers, especially. I know Starbucks has a lot of them. you're looking at about 6 grams of sugar per tablespoon.
If you're, I think like Starbucks especially, like you can go up there and any drink that you like, if you ask the baristas over here, or, you know, at Hy-Vee or whatever, if you say like, okay, I'm trying to be more healthy, how can I make this drink better? And they really will, and it comes pretty close to tasting the exact same with the things that they do over there to kind of make it healthier and use those. So it is possible to still fill that need, that sweet need, or if you're a coffee drinker and you love that and you love the, you know, flavored coffees over there, you can still do those things. You just have to start exploring, have to start paying attention and kind of making those changes.
Yeah, because measuring, especially, you know, with like zero, for example, if you don't measure things out, you're not going to realize that your coffee creamer in the morning, do you just pour it in until you see a particular color?
Right.
Or do you kind of eye out what your measurements need to be just to make sure that your sugar content is, you know, below what it
needs to be.
Not doubling it before 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some sugar substitutes. A really good one that I love to use is cinnamon. I use cinnamon in quite a bit of my sweet treats that I make. I do a lot of protein balls, energy balls, and I use cinnamon as my little hidden flavor. You can add it in coffee, pancakes, muffins, quite a few that you can use in there. Another one that I love to use is, and I brought this from home, coconut flakes. I do pecan and coconut protein cookies. So nice little sweetener. You can add this, sprinkle it in, put it with your oatmeal.
Label.
I know, my container store obsession, guys. It was bad during quarantine.
It was bad. She told me about it.
My whole house is containerized. I had time on my hands. And then another favorite is applesauce.
Yes.
A fruit puree, it doesn't matter what it is, but I use applesauce in a lot of my baked goods. Thankful that Patrick loves applesauce, so I'm able to make it for pancakes. It's just that, you know, the sweet treat without the added sugar.
Yeah.
We just need to back from that. I mean, whether it's fresh and frozen fruit, going into the health aisle over in Hy-Vee and getting like the coconut milk ice cream.
Sure.
They have the pint-sized ones of them. They have an avocado ice cream, which, guys, if you haven't tried that yet, it is delicious. They have a mint avocado. It is just wonderful. Low sugar Greek yogurt, so Okios, adding in maybe dark chocolate or adding in granola, adding in coconut, roasted nuts with cinnamon, and a little cayenne, actually. You can try that out. It's pretty good. I know you can't have this one, but chia pudding is delicious. And then not only that, just homemade smoothies using natural fruits, using your veggies, adding your protein, and putting in a good source of healthy fat.
Yes.
Peanut butter is one of my favorites to add in there. So there's definitely several different ways to incorporate sugars without adding in the hidden sugars in our lives.
Yep.
If you haven't already, you can head over to Impact Athletic Performance's Facebook page. And I have this lovely little handout, and it has some fun tips and tricks on the back too for you.
Yeah.
So everything that we talked about today is really on this for you. So that's it for my sugar. I'm gonna have fun putting this stuff away later.
Yeah, she's gonna get to know Hy-Vee. You probably went down aisles that you haven't been in a while.
All of this was in one aisle. Besides the Cliff Bars, it's one aisle that I really don't go into.
Yep.
There is one thing I get, and it's at the very end of the aisle, which is it's on the bottom shelf. It's the Kashi Old Fashioned cereal. So I think it's only maybe 2 or 3 grams of added sugar.
Yeah.
But then that's my only thing that I get out of that whole entire aisle.
One of the secrets that I learned a long time ago was about shopping the perimeter of the store. And this is not just Hy-Vee. This is really any store. Any store that you go to do your grocery shopping. You're supposed to stick to the perimeter of the store as much as possible.
Yep.
There are a few things that you might have to go in the middle
for. Get your bread, get your wraps. Yeah.
That's and you think about it, it's the produce, and you go around, and then it's that meat department normally, and dairy department, I mean, so if you think about it, even the health market here at Hy-Vee is in the perimeter of the store. So think about that when you're shopping, and even right now, think about how much am I shopping right now do I do around the perimeter and how much is in the middle of that store, and maybe that'll be kind of an eye opener.
Yeah,
I mean, if the majority of it's in that middle section with the
broaden your horizon. I mean, when I do shopping, or even when Scott does it, I can visually see the store now, which is a little terrifying, but it's okay, that I know exactly where to get things. I'm going to start here, get my fruits and veggies. I'm going to, sometimes I'll go and get my deli here, all of my meats around the corner, and then go and get
how did I forget the deli department?
I don't know how you forgot the deli department.
I don't know either.
I have no idea. But I mean, so getting my deli, getting my meats, then I'm going and getting my breakfast items. My yogurt is there. I love the fact that it's always 10 for 10.
10 for 10.
It always is, every time.
Little Hy-Vee plug for you.
Yeah.
10 for 10.
Or you can get the 4-packs for $3.68. Guys, this is terrifying, but I'm here every Saturday. But you strap the perimeter, avoid that area. Obviously, you have to get some things every now and then, but you want to get whole foods and natural sugars for that.
Yep.
So that brings me to what's coming up here in, oh my gosh, 4 weeks?
It's the
4 weeks.
16th of June already.
July 19th, which is Patrick's birthday, so it's a good day for me to remember. We are launching our 6-week nutrition challenge. So every single week, it is based off of a holistic approach, whether it is nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, your lifestyle, and your support and accountability. People tend to think that if I just focus on nutrition and exercise, that's all I need. Unfortunately, that's not how our bodies work. So every single week, I will be doing nutrition talks. We'll be focusing on this one holistic approach. I will do tips and tricks for you, virtual check-ins. There's a private Facebook group, so as support and accountability is the major element to that. So everyone kind of go joining in together. I love to do fun mini challenges, and they can just be seriously anything. And then I do prizes. A lot of local businesses. The last time I did Hy-Vee, Big Cats, Black Pearl, Bark Chiropractic, Healing Compass. Just using a lot of local towns, businesses for these fun little mini challenges. I always provide a meal plan guide. It's a challenge meal plan, and also I always provide a grocery list, and all of the food is actually here within Hy-Vee that you can pick up. So I like to just make sure everything stays as local as possible, since we are a local business too.
Yes, I love that.
But this flyer is on our Facebook page too. On average, people can lose up to 2% in body fat, about 6 to 8 inches over on body, and also potential of losing up to 15 pounds. For this, consistency is key.
Right.
So I always remind people, as long as you're staying consistent, staying on track with these elements and our holistic approaches, you can see these results.
Yeah. I've heard the last 6-week challenge was before I started with Impact, but I've heard and I've seen some of the people who even started their journey with the 6-week nutrition challenge and then continued on, the results that they got really, I mean, it really happened. So
I've had one, it was a 28-day, so for 4 weeks, and they dropped 8 pounds and anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. Both are doing ongoing coaching now. A lot of them went into doing ongoing coaching, that they're just staying consistent with what they're doing. They're focusing on one habit at a time. When things get a little too crazy, we draw it back. It's easy to adjust and adapt. The weekly check-ins are virtual, and then we meet up monthly for biometrics. And that's what we just did right before the show.
Yeah, let's talk about my biometrics for a second. So before we do that, though, I think Jess has that flyer, if she hasn't already put it up for you guys, the 6-week challenge and all of that. But remember, now with some of the new regulations on social media, we're not able to post some of those things in the comments section, unfortunately. So I want to make sure to guide you guys over to Impact Athletic Performance Facebook page. Those are all right there at the top of the feed, so you can grab those and print them off, look into the details of the 6-week challenge, all of that stuff. So make sure that you do that if you want some of those resources and some of the things that we talked about today on the show. So right before the show, we did my biometrics, my monthly check-in, and I actually, I was not expecting the results I got this month because I told you, like yesterday I had like a confession session online.
We had a heart-to-heart.
Yes. So my month has been really, really full. And so I've been super down on myself about the fact that, like, this week I didn't even pick up the sandbag. I admitted that. I'm like, I didn't do any of that. I'm, coaching Hanley's softball team. So between practices, then Hanley, is on an extra team. And it's just all of these things that built up for me. And I'm like overfilling, the cup is overfilling, not in a good way at the moment. So it's good to be busy and it's good to be on the go, but I was really scared about what might happen. The only thing that I have done is my check-ins with you. And being active with coaching and running around with Hanley and practicing and stuff. But I have kept on track with my nutrition, which in the past, it would have been the first to go, honestly, because I would have just been like, okay, I'm going to grab whatever I can, grab something to eat, off we go again. And so it does work, regardless of how busy you are, all of those things. So
I was all because of you meal planning. So that was what your habit was for this past 4 weeks. Was to meal plan. And to prep your snacks. So that right there kept you on track. I've noticed that your hydration has been up. Every time I've seen you now, it's always just been water. What was it, 2-3 months ago? It was just coffee every time. So I mean, there's a big step right there. But you're obviously staying active now with softball. You're going. I see it on social media all the time. So with that, because of meal planning, sticking to a routine and a schedule. I've seen the meal plan myself. You've gone down another 3 pounds, went down half a point your BMI. Your body fat is in an athletic and fitness standpoint.
I'm no longer obese.
So you are in a healthy amount of body fat. And then your entire measurements all went down. Your waist, which is incredible. When you first started, and this was March, I was like, what's 3? March was at 41, and you are now 34 and a quarter.
I mean, there are several things probably go into that, but truthfully, I mean, like the pop, the sugar, whatever it was that I grabbed. I know for a fact it was, fast food, because it was whenever I went through, and I still eat fast food. Like, don't get me wrong, there are still nights that stuff happens, or I'll go and have my chicken sandwich because that's my favorite thing. But it has changed a lot, and so it's the daily 80-20 mentality. So it's not you're doing great Monday through Friday and then doing crappy Saturday, Sunday. You can always, out of your 35 meals that you're having, 7 of them don't have to be the greatest. You can still have that, what was it, a chicken sandwich? Okay, chicken sandwich, or if you want to have, a Starbucks coffee, or, a little bit of creamer in your coffee kind of thing. Go for it, because then the rest of your stuff, especially breakfast, lunch, and dinner, those are your main key points. Boosting up your veggies, making sure that you're following your plate method, having that healthy source of fat, your carb, and your proteins up. So it does work, and it's good to be accountable and have somebody there checking in. I mean, I think your message was like, you've gone radio silent. Like, I'm worried. Like, where are you?
I will never sugarcoat things. I am not a sugarcoat person. Scott and I are not enablers. I get straight to the point, truthfully, and I'm still doing it with a smile, but I'm like, you've gone radio silent. What's going on?
Like, what's going on? And it was, and I confess, I'm like, I am just super busy, and we all have busy lives, and so sometimes that first step for me for a long time was always like, how am I going to fit this in? And you have to fit it in some way. Right now, I'm fitting in my, activity through the coaching and stuff, but I want to get back to class. Like, I miss it so bad.
You just need to get through June. And then it slows down.
Next week, the last games occur for softball, and then things will slow down, and I'll be able to get back into my routine with that too. But I'm excited. Like, things are still happening. I don't feel as down as I did yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like certain that I was going to step on the scale and it was going to be really bad and my measurements were going to be bad. So it can happen.
That's the
Small
lifestyle
changes.
portion
Yep.
of it, where it's all in your head, where you're like, okay, I can't do this, it's not going to be well, and then all of a sudden you step on the scale and you're like, wait, what? Like, oh, okay.
So
I'm
I
like,
haven't been
it's
doing
in
as bad.
your head.
Yeah. Even last night. So randomly, Abby and the kids came down to Hanley's game, and the game went over. We didn't get done till 8. I had my meal plan. I knew what I was supposed to eat, and they're like, "Well, let's go out to dinner." Okay, well, let's do that because they aren't in town a lot. And so we went to headquarters, and I had a burger, and I actually ordered a burger and fries, and I ate my burger, not even like all of it, and a couple fries. Any other time before that, I would have ate my whole burger, probably sat there, munched on all my fries, been completely miserable. Like, so there are things, like, even when I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm being super naughty, I'm still thinking, I still have
You're
stuff.
still being mindful about the portion sizes that you're
Yep.
intaking. Yeah.
And I still get some of the things that I like. I still go out, and most of the time I try to order things that are good, but last time I'm like, I'm gonna have a burger. Why not? And it's okay.
Yeah,
But
there's no
life happens.
no
but-
restrictions, no meal plan. I've got guides that you can use as references. Now I've got some that are still in the all or nothing mentality. So at times, I have to say, okay, I'm gonna rip that Band-Aid, and this is how we're gonna do it then, and it works.
Yeah, for sure. So I hope that you guys will all sign up for the 6-week challenge, and I think it's good whether you're already doing something, maybe it's that like reboost that you need, maybe you haven't been doing something in a while and it's that restart.
Yeah, it's a nice kickstart, and some people just like the challenge.
Yep.
So it's for everyone.
Some people need a little competition, a little healthy competition.
Yeah.
So
Pick up a friend
Speaking
and
of healthy competition.
Yeah, compete. Oh yeah, what is going on
Okay,
here?
so CBI and Toyota Muscatine always sponsor games on the show, and it's just like a little fun thing. So I wanted to make it a little more like health-ish.
Okay.
And so I had Chris go out and get different fruits in our bag.
Oh boy.
And we're not gonna look, we're gonna
Okay.
just feel.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna try to see who can guess all the fruits in the bag the quickest.
Oh my God.
So when you guess one, shout it out, and you'll tell us if it's right? Okay.
All right. So
Okay. All right, ready? Go.
avocado. No, lemon.
Peach. Peach?
I have a lemon.
Lemon?
Apple.
Oh, crap. I got the apple at the same time.
Oh, this
Oh.
is the peach.
This is a pear. Pear? Pear. Is this pear? Yeah.
Orange.
Oh, God. All right.
Pear.
She beat me.
I said avocado.
There's one more, right?
Oh, what?
Oh, no, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Whew.
We're good. I said avocado.
Avocado.
It felt like an apple.
Right over there to throw you off.
Oh my
That-
gosh.
That would have been good.
Oh, that is, yeah, true.
Fun. See?
I haven't had a peach in so long.
I know. It kind of sounds good, actually.
No, it does sound good. All right. Hi, Orange.
Yay, fun. Well, she beat me. I kind of had a feeling you might.
It's avocado.
Avocado.
That's my favorite.
I love
so
the
good.
avocados.
It's so good.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, hi. You want to bring them over?
All right. So
Did you just
anyways,
witness all that?
6-week challenge is coming right up. So get prepped, get signed up, go over to look. Hi, the baby. Hi, buddy. He's like, oh, I'm tired.
Can you give her a high five?
High five? Do you do high fives? Here, you can go high five. Woohoo! High five! I'm not on the B side of my thing anymore. Yay!
Oh, do you want the
Like, I'll
peach
hold your
too?
hand now. Babies always make the show better. Oh, it's a ball, officially. So I'm glad you guys joined us today. We learned a lot. If nothing else, it was a good reminder. Even if you knew all that information, sometimes it's just hearing it again. It's reminding ourselves about all these sneaky little things like the no fudge, that sometimes branding works. I mean, I'm in marketing. We know.
Yeah.
It works.
Yep. As a graphic designer and illustrator.
It's just we know it works. We just have to pay closer attention to the fine print and make sure that we don't get tricked. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you especially for coming on. He's like, dude, I'm
over it.
give me the ball.
Hi.
And thank you so much to all of our sponsors again for putting on the show. It's Wellness Wednesday, so go out there, do something well, and maybe tell me if you have a better option to celebrate National Fudge Day and still be good.
I haven't experimented on that portion yet.
So, and instead of the no fudge.
Oh, that's true. Avocado truffles.
Oh,
With the cacao
avocado
powder.
truffles. So we can still celebrate these national holidays, the National Fudge Day, and still be good. Mm-hmm. So I'm just happy that Ben didn't come over and set down a giant waffle or something naughty today. So that's what is my win for the day. Thank you guys so much for joining. Again, we have a great show for you tomorrow. We have a musician coming on to perform. It's going to be super cool. Talk about what him and the band are doing. And on Friday, we're going to take a little field trip up to R7. We're going to go up to the barn and come to you live and just all about that farm festival that's this weekend. So don't forget about that on Saturday. Make sure it's on your calendar. Make sure that you go. There's going to be music and tons of vendors. So we'll give you a sneak peek on Friday of that, but make sure it's on your calendars now. Thank you so much for joining. Until tomorrow, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Get your boots to the barn.
For the 5th Annual Farm Life Festival
in Grandview, Iowa, a day in the country like no other. Shop over 50 vintage and handmade vendors. Stroll through our 2-story reclaimed barn.
Enjoy mouth-watering barbecue and dance a few steps to the live music.
Just $3 admission and kids 14 and under are free.
Like our Farm Life Festival Facebook page, and we will see you on June 19th from 9 to 3.
Boots recommended, but not required.